The Poet's Perspective podcast is brought to you by Urban Grind Coffee House. What better way than to start your day by grabbing life by the beans? Coffee beans, that is. Visit urbangrindatlanta.com to get coffee delivered right to your doorstep. And be sure to use the discount code POETRY to save 15% on your next pound of coffee. And if you'd like to be a part of the culture and represent the eclectic vibe and positive energy that Urban Grind has to offer, you can choose from our selection of brand new Urban Grind apparel. And if you're in the Atlanta area, make sure you visit Urban Grind for their selection of specialty coffees, sandwiches, and pastries while you get your studying done, working on that $1 million idea, or just meeting up with friends. Urban Grind Coffee House. Keep grinding. You got connection, right?
Yeah, I got connection. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to get out of the car in a second. I just had to drive home.
It's all good. How you feeling? What's going on?
Good. How are you? I just finished my workout with my friends, was chopping it up about some money-making moves, and that's about it. Now I'm headed home.
All right, money-making moves. We need all that.
Heck,
What was the workout looking like? You ran 17 miles. You ran to Chattanooga and back.
Not 17, just 4 miles, just 4.
Okay. That's what's up. I did the same. I got in a quick 4 today.
Yay! Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, we should have ran together. I wanted to run when it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but they're like, let's run at 6. I'm like,
I definitely ran at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all tripping. It's too cold.
Exactly. I totally agree. Hell yeah. So what's going on with you?
Not much. Everything's good. Blessed and highly favored. We here, no
Thank you for having me on.
No problem that I have is virtual mention. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Amira. Amira is one of my favorite people in the world.
So when you mentioned her, actually no. You did mention her, but I saw that you were down at the TED Talk she did. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that you knew her. She's the greatest. Yes, she is. She's awesome, funny. Her daughter and I have the same birthday, so we're birthday twins. And Amira is intelligent. She's incredible professor. She helped me get my job at Clark. She helped me rewrite my resume and gave me teaching tips. There's a software that we use called Canvas, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I was like, Amira, I didn't know how to use Canvas. She taught me how to use Canvas. Like, Clark Atlanta was just like, oh, there's your classroom. Have at it. And I'm like, oh my God. Wow. So she came on the open mic, and she was talking about how she was doing her TED Talk, and she was talking about how you helped put her mind at ease and bring down the jitters and everything like that just by being there and supporting. So that's what's up.
Yeah, we had a great time. We hung out. We got to hang out the whole day before that, and she had it. She had it down. She did amazing. So I was glad to be there to support her. I was glad she invited me. It was cool. It was a great experience. We had fun.
Yeah, I seen the pictures. It looked like y'all had a good time. So that's what's up. But so normally we kick it off with somebody spitting a piece, but I don't know if you want to spit while you're driving. I don't want any road hazards. I want to make sure we follow all safety guidelines.
I just pulled into my driveway, so I'm okay now.
Okay.
I had a new poem around. Whoa, somewhere. Okay, how about I need to be in park and not reverse. I had a new poem around here somewhere in the car. I have no idea where it is, but okay. So I'll start with something short. This is newish. I know, right? So I have a new poem that I wrote in workshop, actually, that that is called "Before You Cheat on Me, Make Sure That She Knows How to Fold Your Socks." So, but shit, I don't think it's in the car, and I don't have it all the way fucking memorized. Let me see what else I could do. Okay, let's do a love poem. Love poems are always good. They say to understand a man, you should walk a mile in his shoes. Yesterday I came home early to be alone. Slipped on his leather sandals and wrapped my head with his work shirt to make a turban, wanted to see if his energy would sink in. By osmosis, I learned the fears he's too macho to tell me and the pleasures that make him happy. Opened windows, I danced naked like this for hours, working up a sweet mist covering my body, letting the fragrance of my flower attach to the moisture in the air, making him think of me when he's alone, touch himself and fantasize about my rhythm. The ancestral tribal dances I perform over him. Securing my position, he clasped the fleshy round of my bottom. Each connection, a promise to liberate our people, a promise to liberate our country, a promise to liberate ourselves. Nation building. Leaning forward, I tickle his ear with my promise to raise a generation for him, raise them between my thighs and all my nipples, give our children names of the ghetto, untranslatable in other languages, to hide them from the officials that will look for us. Our love is the energy they will try to steal to harvest entire third world countries. He mumbles in his sleep plans to marry me. While conscious, he denies it. Insecure about his position in my life, I told him it would take 9 seasons to convince him that nothing that came before us mattered. One was abusive and the others were fools, and no one will be half the man he'll teach our son to be. I listen to Lettucey while making scrapbooks out of potato paper. He listens to Ludacris while playing PlayStation. I am freedom now. He is freedom by design. I am reparations now. He is financial planning. It's 4:30. He'll be home shortly. I dim the room, run a bath, and light candles for aromatherapy. Slipping between the secrets of the bubbles, tempted to please myself, I decide to wait patiently. Tracing out the letters of our daughter's name, the 10 gods I'll call on when I try to refrain. Soulmates. We are the same warrior. We just don't walk the same. I don't know if I'll need bigger shoes or he'll need smaller feet, as long as we march to freedom simultaneously. Boom.
Hey. That's what's up again.
Version.
You said what?
I said it's a virtual version. I find that people's attention spans are a lot shorter online than they are in person.
Yeah, it's different. Have you been performing online a lot? I know you did like a little concert kind of early on.
I don't know what a lot means anymore. So I would say maybe once a week now, where before, our weekends were full of gigs all over the country. So I'm not like traveling and performing anywhere, but I definitely am performing somewhere at least once a week online, and even DJing. People have me DJing virtually. So like if you're having a birthday party, this lady had a birthday party in Toronto, and so I was in my living room or media room and DJing, and she was her birthday. What's up, Dichotomy?
Wow, that's crazy. But I'm such a terrible host. We just got on here and started talking. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who might not be familiar with the Queen Sheba.
So my name is Queen Sheba. I live in the West End, ATL, right behind Tassili's, and I love living in the SWATs. I've always lived in Atlanta since I moved to Atlanta about 15 years ago. This year, 16 years ago, I moved here in 2005. It'll be 16 years in July. This is my 20-year anniversary doing spoken word, and I'm still popping in these streets, son. I'm still popping in these virtual streets. I'm still popping in these regular streets, and I keep myself fresh and young and vibrant and healthy, and I keep myself relevant by continuing to write and continuing to read and continuing to keep up with current events and writing about current events and making myself vulnerable to the people. And that's so super important, because if you're not vulnerable and don't take risks within your writing, then who the fuck cares about you or what you have to write about? Very true. Very true. So I've been doing spoken word that long. I also DJ, which I mentioned earlier. I've been DJing almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in April. I started College of Dope Ass Writers almost 3 years ago now, which Justin is in. And we are pivoting to an online platform that starts next week that I'm very excited about. I'll talk about that later. I'm very super excited about. I've been putting a lot of work into it, a lot of hours developing a curriculum online. I am having amazing, out-of-the-box, not just an hour poetry arena special guests on to talk about the business of being an artist. And I'm also having people that are successful within poetry specifically come on and talk about what it's like to balance and cross-pollinate being an artist and business, and Dichotomy is one of them. Masterpiece is another person that's going to come on and talk about her business. Haziq Ali, Jeremy, he is $1 million, hear me when I say this, $1 million motivational speaker, and he's going to kick off our platform on Tuesday. Amira is going to come on and do one of the writing workshops. My homegirl who's going to come and talk about ASCAP and BMI and why it is important, even as a poet, to be registered with ASCAP and BMI so you can get these royalty checks like I do every quarter, like Cardi B does every quarter, like Jay-Z, like Megan Thee Stallion. You could be getting a check too. Although mine is not as large as theirs, I still get a check in the mail just like they do. So it's really important to balance especially now in this pandemic. I have become rich in this pandemic. I have not suffered. I have not become broke at all. I have learned how to manage my money, repair any credit that was fucked up. I have learned about financial literacy, data points, all sorts of shit that you can't imagine. And then all the things that I was doing as an artist before then. I'm a successful grant writer. I've been writing grants for people, for artists, for events for almost 20 years. And I do a lot. I was running a bed and breakfast for a little while, but then I realized I don't want motherfuckers in my house naked walking around. I don't want to pass you in the hallway naked, motherfucker. No. So I do want to. I'm about to own a couple properties this year. It's just been gangster, you know. So I definitely encourage you, if you don't already, to fuck with me. Like, this is the time for collaborations, for community, for connection. And don't let this pandemic get you in the house and get depressed and be broke. There is enough money out here for all of us. All these EIDLs coming around, these paycheck protection programs, there's these SBAs.
Yeah.
If you are on this live right now and you don't have an EIN for yourself, your name, or an LLC, you fucking tripping. EINs are free. And if you would have had an EIN before February 2020, you would have been able to cash in on the second round of money that's coming. And best believe I did on the first one. I filled out every fucking thing possible. And I'm not stingy. I posted that shit on Facebook every fucking day. And I told people, I said, if you DM me, I will send you a list of grants. And I sent them. I said, you got two choices. I'm going to send you this list of grants so you can handle it on your own. Here you go. Have at it. I don't give a fuck because I've already got my money and I'm not stingy. I want everybody to be rich. If you rich and your friends ain't rich, you ain't rich.
But so let's stop right there for a minute, because where'd you get that from? I mean, you obviously been in the game for a minute and you got a lot of game to give, but what makes you want to give back so much?
Who am I without you? Who am I without you? If I show up to a venue and you're not in the audience, what the fuck am I doing there? I am nothing, it's like if the tree falls in the forest, no one's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. The answer is no, if you never knew the answer to that question.
But you could be out here, just performing and still doing your thing, and people be like, damn, Queen Sheba dope as fuck. And people would still love you, people would still support you without you necessarily like doing a workshop or teaching people these things of business. You know what I'm saying? People still might support you.
But look, so the generation that's before us, it was Amir Baraka, Raz Baraka, before me. So I feel like it's them, then me, then you, right? And maybe people on here watching. So it was Mums, it was Saul Williams. These are the people before me, right? Okay. These are the people that I looked up to as I was coming up in spoken word. Now we're still talking 20 years, right? So we're talking about early, what is it, 20? Yeah, so early 2000s. So Mums, Saul Williams, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ras Baraka, Amir Baraka, Sonia Sanchez. They're a couple generations older, but these are people that I ran into. Who else was like a generation right before us? All those fucking New York poets, the poets out of LA. So the generations that came before us that are a little older, let's say 15 years old, they didn't come up with the last poets. The last poets are very communicative, right? So they're always putting themselves with younger poets. They're always, which is awesome, which is amazing. They opened up their home. They had, which is where College of Dope Ass Writers was inspired from. They had a fish fry every Sunday, and they would sit around and do poetry with people in New York.
That's
so,
cool.
but there was no plan. There was no roadmap for a career. And I'm not saying that you have to go one way. I'm just saying if you got fucked up credit and we're 40 years old at this point, what the fuck are we doing? Like, no, no more of that. No, there's too much money out here for people, too many grants, too many writers grants, too many artist grants, too many travel grants. Like, and it's the same. When I got into poetry full time, it was because I was fired from Bank of America for some shit that I did. So I got fired from Bank of America, and that was my benchmark for how much money I needed to make to maintain that lifestyle. And so I knew that I had to do paperwork or grind for at least 40 hours a week and then perform at night for what, 2-3 hours total a week? These open mics, if you get on stage for 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, it might come out to 2 hours. And I'm not talking about travel time. I'm just talking about the fun performance time. But you need to do paperwork. You need to keep up with your fans. You need to keep up with your sales. Are you selling books? Who are you selling to? Are you selling albums? Where are they going to? Do the people who have your old book, do you have their email addresses so you can send them a new book? You know, hey, I'm coming out with this new shit. You know what I mean? Again, two simple things. EIN number is fucking free, people. Free. Go to irs.gov right now. Get the shit while we talking online. Free. It's fucking free. You don't have to pay for it. Think of some fucking name for your business. Who's on here? VerbWilliams.inc. VerbWilliams.inc. Go get a fucking EIN number. Man, I'm giving away so many jewels in this business to writing program that starts next week. And it's really for a low price because I do want our community to be able to afford it, and I want to add value to our lives. I want to add value to your life. If I'm not here to affect change, to inspire change, then the poems are pointless, because the poems should be a reflection of you, of your spirit, of your thought process. And poetry, yeah, we talk about all the time. You can, be creative and make up stories, but it's about your spirit, about where you are going as a person. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
But where else can you go and get game from a Grammy nominated spoken word artist that's been in the game for 20 plus years, a whole college curriculum. A whole college curriculum for a couple $100. Stop playing.
$320, y'all. What that breaks down to, that's Tuesday, you're getting 2 hours of straight poetry workshop, right? With homework, bonus material, links, videos, shit you are not going to fucking get sitting around getting high, just talking with your fucking homeboys. Now, all of that's going to be cool. You know what I mean? And I still want that. So if you guys have a kickback and we just want to write a couple people, 10 people, 12 people, whatever, let's do that. I'm not saying get rid of that. I'm saying it's time to add in the due diligence of the work of writing. And because we're grown, ain't nobody standing over our shoulders. And even more important, even if the open mic was the inspiration to get out a new piece, which it was for me too. Oh shit, a new open mic is Apache's coming up for Sunday. I gotta have a new poem, right? Nobody's standing over our shoulders anymore saying, hey, it's time to write today. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's tapping you on your shoulder and saying, hey, you got to get in that 30 minutes of writing, which is why I started College of Dope Ass Writers in my living room, because I was like, yo, if I just open up my living room and invite people to come over, we can smoke, drink, whatever, and sit around, have snacks, do a writing prompt, and think of all the 3 years, the amazing poems that have come from that shit. I wrote this poem about a man getting murdered in Dubai, in Iraq, out of that fucking workshop. I wrote my breakup poems out of that fucking workshop. Like, I wrote my voting poem that the Hip Hop Caucus picked me up to do their fucking campaign from that fucking workshop. Because we sat out.
That was the one just recently, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And so it's just like, if you're just diligent, and that's one day. That's one day a week for a couple hours, and that's still only 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes of writing, right? Because we get together at 8 o'clock. We kick it. We bullshit. We get the writing prompt out. We put the timer on for 30 minutes. We write for 30 minutes, and then you either get a jewel or junk, depending on your day, how you feeling, whatever. Not everything was amazing that I wrote. You know what I mean? But I got some great shit out of that, and that's 30 minutes of writing once a week.
I was watching your interview with Milk earlier, and you said something like you gotta write through the junk to get through the jewels or something like that.
Yes, you gotta write through the junk to get to the gems, the jewels, the gems, whatever. Absolutely, everything is not gonna be popping. Trust me. But you know a good poem when you hear it. You know the bullshit when you hear it. And in my writing workshop, it's no holds barred. You're getting me, my whole personality, because this is the way. Y'all want virtual classes? Boom, show the fuck up. It starts Tuesday. Again, let me see if I can post it right here. You can Cash App me or PayPal me. It's $320. And that's for 2 days a week. That breaks down to $10 an hour. That's an 8-week program.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's fucking nothing. Nothing. It's $10 an hour. That's $20 per class. That's a fucking workout class. A spin class is $20. A yoga class is $20. You fucking go to Starbucks today, you ain't leaving without breaking the 20 or spending 18, 17.
But over 8-week time, I know people that spend.
I
know people that spend more on weed in an 8-week time.
8 weeks. 8 weeks. And you know, because I'm just doing this feature now, if you need, and I've been telling everybody this, if you need a payment plan or a program, cool, DM me. I want you to be there. And you're going to come up with your own payment plan. And as soon as you don't hit that shit, you're getting kicked out. That's my only stipulation, is that if you say, okay, I'm going to pay, $50 every week, blah, 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 blah. Because really I was having people that are on the payment plans, they have to pay by Sunday at midnight. And I know I'm just, being introduced to y'all right now on Urban Grind on this feature. So, if you need a little longer than that, that's cool. I'd rather y'all be there than not. Get this game. And keep in mind that I'm also being coached through financial literacy too, and having coaches. Y'all don't know Hazik. Hazik is going to talk y'all head off, and you're going to be ready to take notes. This is not something you're going to sleep through. Every person that I have as a special guest has just as much energy as me. And I want us all to be great, because you know why? Because people think fucking spoken word sucks. And it doesn't fucking suck. The poems suck. And we're not going to have that shit no more.
So why is that? I mean, there's terrible rappers, there's terrible spinners.
There's singers, there's terrible comedians.
Why is spoken word not on the same level? No, why is it not mainstream as some of these other art forms?
Because spoken word makes people think. It makes them implode. It makes them consider their life. It's not an escape. It's self-reflection. Trust me, every time any of these people on here, anytime y'all do a poem, I'm like, oh my God, do they see my life? Are they talking about me? 'Cause I'm like sinking in my chair. Same thing. I'm a human being, so poetry doesn't allow people to escape into rich fantasy life. I'm popping, I'm balling, I'm shit, I'm on my black girl magic. I mean, some does, it's fun, but still, even in the fun poem, I got poems about roaches and periods and all sorts of shit and whatever. But it really makes you think about your life, and it's like, do I want to stay here or do I want to be better? And poetry, spoken word, makes you responsible. It makes you an analytical thinker, yo. You don't have to be an analytical thinker to fucking listen to this rap bullshit that's on the radio right now.
Facts.
You don't have to be quiet. You can talk through that whole shit. But anyway.
And I'm not even, and I promise, I'm not even trying to like make this like a commercial about your writing workshop, but it goes back to that, because that's one of the only, I've told you this before, your workshop, College of Dope Ass Writers, is one of the only, I've been performing in Atlanta since about 2015. And this is still one of the only places I know of since then where you can go get some real ass feedback.
Because, because what it was, for those of y'all who, I didn't say this earlier, but I moved here from Virginia. So I was doing, even though Virginia's southern, I was going north a lot, right? And so New York, Chicago, Rhode Island, Delaware, all these motherfuckers had intense writing workshops, like over the weekend, 3 or 4 hours at a time, breaks, curriculums, conferences. Like, this is just the beginning. I used to make festivals. I haven't made a festival. I'm sorry, I take that back. I made one festival since I've been here in Atlanta. And it was a Rough Language Festival. It was over 2 days. And it was a women's only poetry slam. I think Ashley Hayes was in it. I think. Don't give me the blind. Maybe not. It was like 2009-ish. And MAC Cosmetics, the lipstick, they sponsored that one, not the whole thing. They sponsored the poetry slam. And it was at 595 North. And then we had to do community service. We had a writing workshop. And it was great. Like, and I haven't done that in a long time. It's time to stop fucking playing around. And because what I was going to say about Roz Baraka, Amira Baraka, Sonia Setcha, they did pave a way for us to do spoken word. That's not what I'm saying, so I want to be clear. They didn't sit us down and say, okay, this is what you do. That didn't happen. Yeah. Okay, this is what you do. This is where you go. This is how you book a gig. This is how you look over a contract. This is how you should have a contract. Matter of fact, you should have this folder with an EPK with a contract, your EPK in, and a couple YouTube links. Do you know that? Do you have that? Like, if anybody who hits me and they're like, send me a picture, boom, done. Anything else? Send me an EPK, boom, done. Send me your bio, boom, done. Anything else? Website? What else you need? Huh? I mean, you gotta have that shit on your fingertips because this shit won't wait. And trust me, if you join College of Dope Ass Writers, so I have a private Telegram group that I just started, and if you join the mentorship program, you get to be in that Telegram group forever, and even after you've graduated from the program. And that's where I'm dropping all the jewels. I just dropped a $3,000 poetry contest in there yesterday, and I think another one today. So, I mean, that's where all the publishing. This is where people say, "Oh, Atlanta's cliquey." Nah, Atlanta's not cliquey. I've been giving y'all shit forever. Y'all just don't pick it up.
But tell me this though, the game that you have, was that from trial and error? Or were you able to get game from other poets that were coming up around your time?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Both. A little both. A little of both.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely both. So, you know, I have my crew that I run with. I guess you could say my crew in Atlanta is definitely Georgia, me, Abyss, Tommy, even O.D. Odell.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, Red Storm, Teresa the Songbird. I guess that would be my crew, right?
The heavy hitters, yeah.
So we Mr. Fun, Teresa Davis, people I fuck with, definitely Ashley Hayes. I would say like crew. So anyway, so we tell each other about gigs and money and where to go, where to feature, who's paying what all the time. And anybody who else wants to jump into the conversation, Mother the Creator, Kiss the Poet, those are people that I would consider part of your generation. So
yeah.
Amira, I think, is like in between because I think Amira poetry rise probably didn't start till like 4 or 5 years ago, so I don't think she got the tenure just yet, but she's, you know, just as intelligent and has a whole another arena that she fucking created for herself down in Ocala. So I mean,
right.
That's what supposed to do. But we share information all the time, and my thing is, I don't feel like Atlanta is cliquey because I penetrate them all. I go to Urban Grind. I was going to Java Monkey. Where?
I don't feel like it's cliquey because I see all the poets at every place, so I don't feel like it's cliquey.
I would say that sometimes the poets from Java Monkey.
Okay, yeah. There is that.
Apache, but we would go there. We didn't.
Okay.
They didn't necessarily come to Apache, but definitely I feel like the poets that were Urban Grind, they were looking for wherever. They were like, oh, where's there more shit? And they would just go wherever there was poetry at. Wherever they found out about, they went to. So I just encourage people to get out of your comfort zone and get into new spaces. Clubhouse is a thing. Are y'all on Clubhouse yet? Do y'all know about Clubhouse? So Clubhouse is a new app that's fucking popping right now. It's new. All you have to do is talk. You don't text. It's so weird. It's like a walkie-talkie. Are you on Clubhouse, Justin?
Right. Yeah, I'm on there. It's kind of weird. I still haven't I don't know. Yeah. Somebody just pinged me to come into a room. So Clubhouse is dope. You can start your own rooms on Clubhouse, but that's what this this 8-week mentorship program is going to be talking about. Is just going to be giving you game on how to build a foundation for yourself as an artist, as a writer. But it also is the eight steps to getting yourself published. So that you all know that I know what I'm doing. When I was hired at Clark, they were like, okay, you can teach poetry, fiction, short stories, and freshman comp. Freshman comp. Fuck freshman comp, right? But anyway, so at the end of fiction and poetry, I was like, they should have a book. So I fucking published all my students. And at first they were like, yeah. At first matter of fact, I want to find, I don't know how to find stuff on Facebook except for to scroll back, but I'm going to try to scroll back to last April and see if I can find this post that I posted from one of my students who was like, oh, I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say this at all. She was basically like, oh, when Professor Queen Sheba said that we're going to publish a book by the end of the semester, I thought it was some bullshit and just blew it off, like, okay, whatever. And now here I am, a published author. Wow.
It's like, right, exactly, because they're very simple steps that you could do, and I always tell people, no pants required. Like, you could do it from your home, you could do it from at home, and I'll tell you the places that are looking to publish books, and the simple places just to put your book, just to get out there. And, of course, everybody knows about Amazon. Do you know about BookBaby? That's another place. There's so many places. Do you know about Poets and Writers and about how to get published with them and just so much shit. And there's 2 websites that are out there right now that are platforms for teachers and creatives. So much shit. So much shit that I'm giving away in the bonus material. So just for the writing course itself, you'll get 8 tips on how to become a 8 tips because it's 8 weeks, on how 8 steps to becoming a published author in 8 weeks. You're going to get a writing prompt and homework every week. You're going to get bonus material, which includes the writing tip of the day and the psychology behind it, why you should do it, and how people fuck up and how to fix it. And you're going to get feedback on the second week and going forward from me and from the people. And that's just Tuesday. All of that cramped. And let's not even talk about the special guests. And then, which is what, you were talking about, Justin. You were like, no, we want structure. We want forms. We want to be able to stretch. And so then on Thursday is when you learn the aspect of being an artist and business, and business as it pertains to being an artist. So I'm not going to make you into a venture capitalist, but I will teach you how to have the basic foundations that you need to be an artist and have good business and be in good business.
And that's important. That's important because I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, especially a lot of people, like we were talking about. I don't think poetry always gets to shine, so kind of got to find your way a lot of the times. And so,
there's both. You gotta have both. You gotta have people in your crew that are gonna say, nah, don't do that. I went there and they didn't
exactly.
Or yes, go there. That was amazing. I had a great time and do this. And oh, you need to did you get that email that was going around a couple weeks ago for that $1,000 Black History Month poem?
Got it, submitted to it, everything.
Yeah, I wonder who won. I didn't win.
Yeah, I didn't win, but the win for me was just submitting. I was like, I at least got to do it.
Yeah, and creating a new poem on the spot or not, or using an old one or refreshing an old one, because any challenge to write is always a good one. So
Absolutely.
When you write, your spirit should feel broken open. That's how you should feel. So you should feel exhausted after writing something amazing.
So that's good. So it's not every day that I got a damn Grammy nominated poet on here. So I know it's I just see a lot of spoken word artists, a lot of poets on here. So to you, what makes a good spoken word artist?
Somebody that takes a risk. in their writing and doesn't write the same fucking shit over and over again. I know we always joke that somebody always dies in my poems, right? I'm always killing somebody in my poems, you guys. But because of College of Dope Ass Writers, they brought that to my attention. They were like, Sheba, somebody dies in your poem every week. so I'm like, oh shit, somebody dies in my poem. Why am I killing? And then you gotta dig deep, like, why am I killing people in my poems every week? So that's why it's important to have feedback and to have different perspectives, because everybody's going to hear something different because they're in a different place in their life. They could be happy, sad, rich, poor, cold, hot, hungry, full, tired, exhausted, energetic, excited. Everybody's going to be sitting in a different place, and you're going to get different feedback. And then you're going to get my feedback not only as a professor but as somebody that has listened to 1,000 fucking poems, and I'm going to be like, that was some bullshit, you can do better, et cetera, et cetera. So if you got thin skin, my workshop is not for you. I'm not going to be cussing people out. I don't do that. Do I, Justin? Do I cuss people out?
No, not yet, but you never know. You never know.
Right, yeah. No, I don't cuss anybody out, but it's definitely direct. It's like, nah, do that. But what makes a good spoken word artist, and this is easy and basic information. People who readers make excellent writers. It expands your vocabulary. That's basic. Expands your vocabulary and takes you to other places. So it's people who read and people who live. People who have something to write. So think about, I always bring rap into it because I'm a hip-hop head. So think about your favorite hip-hop artists. We like them because we can visualize their stories, right? I like J. Cole. I like, what the fuck is his name? Meek Mills. I like Jay-Z's stories, Biggie's stories, Tupac's stories, Lauryn Hill's stories. I like even Megan Thee Stallion's silly stories. Some of hers are rants. All of them are not good stories, and all of them are not good, but she's fun. What else? Who else is a good storyteller? Oh, of course, the classics, Slick Rick. And,
right. Oh, that was before my time. I don't know nothing about him.
Oh, shit. Who else is a good storyteller?
Kendrick
Lamar, definitely. Lupe Fiasco, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Andre 3000, good storyteller.
Future.
Big Boy, not so much. Big Boy's not so much of a storyteller, but he's got bars here and there. He's not a storyteller. He's got bars.
He's not?
Big Boy? What story has he told?
I'll send you a song. I'm gonna put a song in the group. I'll put a song in the group and listen to it.
All right. Okay.
You can check that out.
Check it in. Okay.
we gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Zuman, oh my God, Zuman, don't leave. I gotta say something. Zuman, don't leave. I gotta say something about you. So Zuman was our first end of the year College of Dope Ass Writers annual Christmas party feature. So Zuman is a comedian and a radio personality. Zuman, out of all the comedians in the world that I have seen all over the world, different countries, one of my fucking favorite, if not my favorite comedian ever, because he's intelligent. What I say earlier about comedians, intelligent, keeps up with current events, and is a great storyteller. And he does a lot of political comedy too. So Zuman said something that changed my fucking life that day. He said, stop saying they. They should open up a bookstore. They should blah, blah, blah. He said, you are the they. Stop fucking saying they. You are the they. I said, oh my God. I remember going nuts when he said that shit. And I think he was nervous. He even said he was nervous. So, Zuman, I hope you didn't jump off of here. I know people jump on and jump off. But if you do, we'll tag you later. But when Zuman said that shit, my imposter syndrome went out the fucking window. And I had imposter syndrome because I was like, oh my God, am I good enough to do this? Stop fucking saying they. If you want to start a dog walking company, start a fucking dog walking company. If you want to start a publishing company because your friends are asking you to help them publish their books, start a fucking publishing company. Like,
hell yeah.
There's no more they. Find out the ways to do it. Learn the processes. Become the master of what it is that you want to do. I'm not saying skimp on the process. That's not what I'm saying. But there is no more they. You are the they. Yeah.
Wow, that's important. That's good. That's good. And so, like I said, I want you to give everything because I want people to sign up for the course, but I want you to give them a little bit just so they know what you're working with. But what's some of the common mistakes that you see from poets at open mics?
Oh, I said this the other day on my live. I think you jumped on there for a second.
I think I heard it.
Yeah. The number one thing that I, this is my opinion, think is a detrimental mistake of any poet, anywhere, ever, vet, virgin, and anywhere in between, is when you fuck up and you stop and say, do you mind if I start over? Yes, the fuck I mind if you start over. Motherfucker, you just wasted 4 minutes of my life. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, I'm not saying, because I want to be clear, I'm not saying don't start over. That's not what I'm saying. Because I also said in my live the other day, the example was I actually messed up. I think it was that day or early. I was doing the voting rally down south. I fucked up. I totally fucked up. Like the poem left my head. I fucked up. I said some shit until my brain clicked in and I remembered a couple like little words and I just started the whole shit over again. I didn't give a fuck. They don't know. They might have thought it was supposed to go like that. Maybe she's supposed to start over. Maybe it's supposed to be repeated. Who knew? They don't know. They don't know your work. Don't ask if you can start over. Just start over. Just start over from wherever you fucked up. And don't say, oh, shit. That is part of the performance that you got to learn. You have to remember that no matter, if you're on a feature or an open mic, unless you're reading, then of course you can start over, whatever, that this is your moment. This is your mini concert. Every time you get on stage, you are in sales. You are in sales for the next person to be like, come do my show. You are the business. You are the art. You are the arts. Yes, the spoken word is the art, but everything about you, how you look, how you dress, how you sound, are you scratchy? Can you use your voice? Are you projecting? Are you using the microphone? Use the microphone, people. Use the microphone. I don't care if it's 2 people in the room. And the reason why is because the microphone makes you sound like the authority of what you're talking about. Getting off of the microphone, can you hear me in the back? Yes, we can hear you because you're yelling. But it doesn't make you sound like the authority anymore. Now you're battling against the crowd. Now you're battling against the blender, the coffee machine, people moving in and out, the door opening and closing. Now you're battling with that. And people are being distracted because now you didn't take over the room. You didn't what's the word I'm looking for? Encapsulate? Is that a word? Is it encapsulate?
Yeah, that's a word. That's a word.
Encapsulate a word. You didn't encapsulate the room with your magic, with your stage presence. Are your shoulders back? Are you standing up straight? So use the microphone. I don't give a fuck if there's 2 people in it. Maybe not with 1. Maybe if it's just you and another person. Maybe not.
But this is important. But this is important because I've made all these mistakes. I know I've made all these mistakes before. But you mentioned that every time you get on stage, it's like you're selling yourself. So what is the line between, all right, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna try something new, I'm gonna work some shit out, or I really want to get these people and capture their attention, so let me spit this piece that I know is gonna get them. How do you decide between that?
My first thought on that is read the audience, one, to see how but there's also a line between reading the audience and bringing them to you and doing what you feel. Because
that's important.
Because if you're at home and you're having a bad day and you're going through a breakup and you need the open mic, because that was therapy, that was the drug, that was the let's not bullshit. Getting on stage is an adrenaline rush. Getting on stage is that high. Getting on stage is that, oh shit, I'm about to perform, because that's why we're always excited. That's why we're always like, am I next? Am I next? Where am I at on the list? Where am I at? Am I next? Am I next? Where am I going? Am I last? Am I last? Am I going right before? Let's not pretend like that's not a thing. That's a thing, right? So if you're feeling sad that day and you want to share that, then share it, but still share it with your most polished professional self. I'm not saying You can read off. I don't agree with reading off your phone. I know we're in technology. I get it.
I need to memorize. You need to memorize it. If you at least take yourself serious, I feel like you need to memorize.
I don't necessarily agree that you need to memorize it depending on the circumstance.
It's true.
And that's another gray area. Like that's not really science. That's just kind of, because I've seen people kill with paper. I kill with the period poem. I've seen people get stand ovations with fucking paper. A whole feature. Jamal St. John. If y'all don't know him, look up Jamal St. John on YouTube. That motherfucker reads off paper all the fucking time and murders. Standing ovations, all that shit. And he's from New Jersey. Murder.
Matter of fact, even Saul Williams on one of the Def Poetry Jams, he's reading from like this scroll, and it's super dope. He killed that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't like how the phone physically blocks your face. That's what I don't like about the phone. It's not necessarily the technology. I think the tablet kind of is cool because you can kind of hold it out and like read above the tablet. To me, it's still about the performance. Even if you're reading from paper, it's still about performance and projecting in and not blocking your face so people can't see you, because they still want to see you. They're still engaged. They want to be engaged with you. So I forgot how we got onto this, but it was just another thing about you were saying about what's the difference between trying out something new and doing something that you know will get the crowd. I think that you should always weave in something new. If you have an opportunity to do more than one poem, and again, there's so many variables. So this isn't in stone, you guys. This is just, so I guess because this is an Urban Grind feature, in my mind, I'm visualizing Urban Grind as we're talking about this. So if this was Thursday night open mic, if I was on an open mic at Urban Grind, oh yeah, I'd try something new and read it off the paper. And read it off paper, but I still would want to do my best. I'm not getting my paper just so I can give myself a crutch. I'm not looking for a crutch, because the next time you see me, if I love this poem, if it's resonating with me, then I do want to have it memorized and be performing it, and and be ready to twirl it in my features. Now, if I'm featuring, I'm always going to do something new. I recorded something yesterday. I think I put in the group on a Google Drive that I had to send to Toronto for a feature, and I did something new. Two new things. So I did something old, two new things in the middle, and something old at the end. So there's also learning how to set up your show. There's also ways of learning to set up your feature so that you're not just inundating them with new shit after new shit after new shit that you're stumbling through. Yeah, sure. If you got a feature set, then keep that shit short and them wanting more. People say 20 to 30 minutes. Give them 20. Give them 20. Be like, peace. Get my shit, get my book, get my whatever, USB CD. I don't even sell CDs anymore, but whatever. Be like, find me online, support me in this other way. Always leave them wanting more. Don't drag out your fucking feature. If people say you got 30 minutes, then you better find some jokes, a story, tap dance. Don't give them fucking 20 poems in a row. Who are you? Who are you? Why should we care about you? What's your story? What's your backstory? Like, tell us about yourself. The feature is your opportunity to let people know you. A slam, you don't got time for that shit. You get into your poem, you get out. So,
right.
Excuse me, my nose is itching. But
it's all good. But no, that's all good. That's all, because that's all information. At least to me, more people need to know this, because I think, like, for a lot of things you said, that's why a lot of people don't want to come to a poetry show. Because they know a motherfucker gonna be long-winded, not getting to the point. You know what I'm saying? So we need, like, this infrastructure that you are creating is much needed. And just a side note, ironic enough, the first time I ever saw Queen Sheba perform was at Urban Grind.
Hey!
And you were featuring there, and I did the open mic, and I was telling the story about how I forgot the story, but something like I was dating this girl and she shot down my dreams or something like that, because I told her that I wanted to own the Atlanta Hawks. And I don't know how we got here, but you referenced it before you got into your poems, and you told me that you would have sex with me if I ever became the owner of the Hawks. So I just want to let you know.
With my gold digging ass.
I just want to let you know that the Hawks are worth about $1 billion.
Hurry up and fucking buy them then or something.
The Hawks are worth about $1 billion, so I'm $1 billion away. So you're in no danger.
I'm straight. I'm good.
Yeah, you super good. You super good. So just a side note.
Hey,
But
I'm saying, if you ever happen to, even if you part on them, holla at a play it.
I'll let you know. but wrapping it up right here, real quick. Tell me the state of the spoken word community in Atlanta right now.
I have no idea. That's the truth.
You are the spoken word community in Atlanta right now.
I don't know what the fuck is going on because it's so funny. We're all like, what are we doing?
I know.
I definitely felt like I, without trying to, had become at the helm of spoken word. No, what am I trying to say? Like, go-to person. You know, I got at least 10 DMs a day, no bullshit, on IG and Facebook before COVID. People saying, hey, you know, where do I go and come through, trying to set up the thing, blah, blah, blah. So, and I don't really know how I positioned myself.
And I asked that because the people, at least the people that I consider my peers, like the people you mentioned, like Mother the Creator and Kiss the Poet and like B-Rock and a bunch of people like that. Like I feel like there's a lot of young spoken word artists coming up, and you guys are kind of like, that's who we look up to. You know what I'm saying?
Those people and the like need to be in this 8-week mentorship program. And let me tell you, you guys, I'm doing 8 weeks as a trial run. I don't think it's going to be 8 weeks after this. 8 weeks already sounds long to me. I'm like, 8 weeks, goddamn. Like all the mentorship programs that I've been in since COVID started, all of them have been 4 weeks, twice a week for 4 weeks. And so, and let me tell you, for way more money, for
I'm sure
$5,000, for $3,000, $2,000,
wow.
$7,000. So these programs, I mean, they were for all sorts of things, so all different things. So $320 is the only time I'm going to be offering this introductory price to this mentorship program. After that, it's going to be a little bit higher because the game that I'm giving away, you're never going to have to do. I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made. I don't want you to be a struggling artist at all, never. I'm actually mentoring a young lady, Keisha Nicole Foster, from Ohio right now, and she's going to be joining the program as well. And she's doing excellent. And we are talking about her artist life and paralleling it with her business as an artist life. I know that's a mouthful. But because the reason I want to make that distinction is because I don't want anybody to join the program like, oh, she's going to teach us business. I'm not teaching you business. I can. I am an expert at teaching business, startup, and grant writing. Now, my partner, DJ Know That, Derica, she is an expert in credit repair and recovery and removing shit out of your credit and shit like that. So if you need any or all of those services, then we are here to help and inspire and get your fucking life right so that you can stop renting and take that rent money and put it into a piece of property and then put it in a trust and then leave it for your family members. Now, and I know words like trust sounds like some white people shit, but guess what I learned over the summer? And I'm being vulnerable with y'all. I just learned this. Just because if somebody said, "Oh, put it in a trust," that would go in one ear and went out the other. But how about this? How about just like the Grammys, which people don't know, is very easy to set up. A trust is super easy to set up, and the quote from Rockefeller is, "Own nothing and control everything." So what happens with a trust is anything you have, your car, your house, your businesses, all your LLCs, you put them in the trust, and if you got sued, nobody could touch anything that you owned, never. That's why people trust. So your money, your bank accounts, everything goes into a trust. I'll give you another little piece of business gem that just to let y'all come and get this whole cake. The
For
LLCs
sure.
in Georgia are super cheap.
Super cheap.
They're $100. I buy one every 3 months. Think of some shit. I have about 7. As a matter of fact, if you go back a couple weeks on my Instagram page, where I have, it's a yellow picture of me holding the baking stuff. I list out all of my businesses, and they all have Instagram pages, and I list what they do, and every single one of them has an LLC. So there's so much. There's so that's easy, and I don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed. I'm going to give it to you piece by piece, and you will have, by the end of this 8 weeks, you will have the foundation to have your own business if you don't already have one, or build out the business that you may already have, or we can start one for you, or you can buy the PDF to do it yourself from at home. I think we probably stood out at like $38. I list everything that you fucking need. Now, if you want to do it yourself, cash out me $38. I'll send you the PDF today, right now. If you want me to do it for you, then that's a consultation that we have to have. So, super easy, you guys. Fucking buy an LLC and get your free EIN number every 3 months. Send an alarm on your phone. Hey, Siri, remind me every 3 months to buy an LLC. Think of some shit. The more you do, the better. So,
and I appreciate all that game. That's why, I decided to join. I'm super excited about it. Not only to be a better writer, but to grow in business. So just to let everybody know, like, I'm not just on here talking shit. I signed up for the class.
He signed up for the class, paid in full, was like, cha-ching, here's your shit. I said, thank you, boom, wrote you down. And let me be very, 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 very clear. If 1,000 people show up, awesome. If 10 people show up, awesome. I'm going to keep doing this over and over again. So, again, please follow College of Dope Ass Writers on IG and Facebook. And if you would like to sign up for the 8-week mentorship program and you need a little bit of a payment plan, I'm willing to stretch it out for a little bit, but I'd like everybody to have their payments in by the 17th. Oh, you get a photo shoot in this shit? Like, it's so much shit that you're getting for $320. You couldn't have bought it. You couldn't have bought it for $320 nowhere. So please sign up for the program. I would like everybody to have at least the payment into me by the 17th at midnight, which is this Sunday, so I can put your name on the list, and I will email you out the Zoom link. It is on Zoom only, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 11 p.m. We'll probably end up going a little long because of all the information that I have for you guys, and you get to keep all the links. I mean, all the classes. I'm not share them. If you already pay for them, you either sell them yourself, get your money back for each Zoom, or fucking give them away to your friends, or sit around and have your own goddamn workshop. Whatever. I want people to have this information. So come fuck with me, y'all. Come fuck with me. Write some dope poems. Break your hearts open. Break your minds open. Get out of your comfort zone. Let's write some dope-ass shit. Let's be inspired by some dope-ass special guests. Let me tell you something. When I tell you that $320 is worth our first fucking special guest speaker on Tuesday, let me see if I can find his picture. Hold on.
Oh, you said it was Jamie the motivator?
No, Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah. Let me tell you, there's without the relationship that I have with somebody who's an educator, who's a friend of him, I would not have been able to afford him to come on to the program. So to talk, and he's gonna open up with like 20 minutes. You are gonna be pumped and motivated, and then we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start right then and there. So,
hey, well, I know I'm super excited about it. Queen Sheba, I could ask you questions on there all night, trying to squeeze all the information out of you that I can. But the rest of these questions I'll save for the program. But
does anybody else on the line have any questions? I see we got 3 people left in the room. If any one of you 3 have any questions at all, I'll answer anything, even if it was already going to be said in the program. I'm more than happy. Do you people even know the knowledge being dropped right now? Thank you, Amira. Do you people even know?
Okay, so let me ask another question. While they're thinking of their questions, let me ask another one. do you approach performing at a slam differently than you do a feature?
Oh yeah, I throw up before every slam. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Blah. Yeah, I'm always super nervous. I feel like a feature, I'm way more comfortable because I know I have time to get the audience onto my side and to like me. The PDF is only to start a business. Let me answer that question. This question now, DJ, and DJ 27, and then I'll answer yours. So, but to a slam, yes, I definitely super practice a lot. And also, depending on if I'm slamming alone or with a team, maybe with the team it takes a little pressure off because we've talked about our strategy maybe the night before or earlier that day, and so I know what poem I'm going to do.
Okay.
But I do know slam strategy pretty well, so I know what poems that I would use for slam anyway. But if the room or the reason changes, I know I have deep enough pockets to switch up if I need to. So slam is like spades. It's like play to win. You know, if you got say it's 3 rounds, you better put your heavy shit out first. Put your trump card down first, because you need the audience to like you. Because people don't, the poems win the slams, but also the people too. It's the same thing. You want the audience on your side to like you, to be charismatic or funny or intelligent and thought provoking, right? And so the next poem, hit us hard. You know what I mean? Oh, you thought that was all I had? Let me hit you hard from a different direction. So, you know what I mean? Don't stay on the same fucking Black Lives Matter shit through the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because another thing that could happen during slam, and here's, some slam strategy, if everybody's on Black Lives Matter, maybe I should do the period poem and break it up and make people laugh. Maybe I should do a poem about roaches. Maybe I should do a poem about breaking up and just kind of get out of that a little bit and show some range and some depth, right? And so then the third round, say everybody gets to say, third round, then you don't let up. People start to go downhill and they're like, oh, let me be sentimental. No, fuck that. Hit that slam.
Keep coming with it.
Keep coming with it. So that is my advice for slams if they ever, come live again. I'm not sure if they're doing them virtually or not, but hit hard every time. Every poem for 3 rounds should be the one that you would think is going to win. So hit with your best killer, your signature poem, the one that kills the crowd, the one that is fucking everybody loves. Anywhere you go in the world, Australia, Africa, this one kills. Start with that one. You're like, no, I'm going to save it. Why? Why are you saving it? Because you need people on your side. So, no. Start with your number 1 fucking killer first. Second round, bam, hit him again. Your number 2, whatever your number 2 killer is, whatever the number 2 killer is, hit him again. Bow. Hit different direction. Third round, coming from the left. Here we go. Bow. Again, don't let up. Don't fucking then do a poem about, I don't know, the grass or whatever. Don't do no abstract shit. People want to be able to connect and relate. So hit hard all 3 times. Okay, so DJ 27 1 Mix That says the PDF is only to start a business. Okay, so what I'm saying is, and I know I've been jumping around, what I'm saying is in the program, you're going to get to keep all the PDFs, all the notes, all the links, and the Zoom link. So once we get on Zoom, the Zoom will be recorded every class, so that you know. So, it takes like a minute or 2 for, like, when I close it out, it takes like a minute or 2 for the Zoom link to come. So then I'm going to email everybody, hey, good class tonight. Here is the Zoom link that you can keep forever to reference it, to watch it again, pick up some more jewels. Maybe you weren't paying attention. Maybe you had to go to the bathroom. Maybe you had to work. Right? You pay for the class, but then your boss is like, hey, you got to come in. You're like, shit. But you know it's going to be recorded, right? So you get to, every night after the classes, you'll get the information, the notes, the PDF, the links, and the Zoom link to that class. What I'm saying is, I'm in the 8-week course, I'm going to give you 8 tips on things that an artist should have for basic business setup, right, for you as an artist. But I'm saying I have a detailed list of things that you should have for your business startup that you can have that is bonus material that is not going to be covered in the class. So it's bonus material. If you want me to help you do it, as I'm helping the artists in Ohio and a couple other people here in Atlanta, then you and I can develop a relationship, and I can walk you through or do it for you, which you would pay me to do. You would commission me to set up your Dun & Bradstreet, set up your bank account, set up your whatever, all the things that are listed on there. Or you can buy the PDF for $38 and do it yourself. And it will still take you to the places that you need to go. The PDF will be clickable, I believe, and it'll have all the websites spelled out and all the things that you need to do, but it's a DIY. So you can either DIY for $38 or you can hit me or my partner up for a consultation and say, hey, I want to start a new business. Can we consult about what that will look like financially for me? And then we'll walk you through that, because it's all sorts of shit that go into starting up a business. Depending on your capital, could take you a couple weeks, or it could take you a couple months. It just depends.
For sure.
I hope that answered his question. Yes, absolutely. All right, y'all.
So yeah, appreciate you.
I'm in a fucking class. Let's write some amazing poems. And I write too. So I want y'all to know, during the 30-minute writing time that we have and the homework, I participate. And like I said earlier, sometimes my shit is bullshit. It's shitty. I wasn't having a good day. It didn't come out good. Another day, I'm popping, you know? So the link is in my link tree. So in my bio line, you'll see my link tree. It is the very first link. It'll take you to Eventbrite. If you don't want to go through Eventbrite and pay the fees and all that other shit, just DM me, or you can text me. I'll give you my phone number right now. 404. I don't answer the phone, so I don't care if you text me, because I can hit that block button, boo. So you can text me or DM me. There's my phone number. And ask me if you need a payment plan, or if you need the payments to be spread out a little bit. That's not a problem, but you will be held to your own plan. So, and as soon as you don't meet your own plan, then you get kicked out, because people will steal your time, people will steal your energy, and they will your time, your energy, and your my mind just went blank. Your time, your energy, and your... It wasn't...
Yeah, they'll take all that, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Try, basically, yeah. Be like, yeah, so what about the... No, don't try me. But I'm very excited to be on here, and it's great to have this interview part, because that doesn't happen a lot, about getting to know people. So I make cookies, y'all. Valentine's Day is coming up. Order some cookies from me. My other business is Love on Top Pancake Shop, which is also here on IG, but you can also DM me. And it's all about poetry, and it's all about art. Art goes into every single thing that I do, because I'm a creative person, and that's the way that I express myself. I go through a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. My partner has breast cancer, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life, and I have to write through all of that. This time last year, I wanted to throw myself off the bridge, and I'm not being dramatic. Like, I wanted to find a fucking overpass and just fling myself. But then I was like, ooh, I might change my mind on the way down. Then I'll be fucked up. So, but writing is my therapy. Working out and running is my therapy. And I'm a cool-ass person. All you got to do is start a conversation. I'm socially awkward, a little shy. All you got to do is start a conversation, and what I have, you can have, for sure.
Yeah, and I'll vouch for that. You are a cool-ass person. When I first met you, I was intimidated. I didn't know what to expect, but here we are, having a great time. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate you coming on here and giving all the game that you have to give. So I just want to let you know, while I have you on here right now, that you are a spoken word legend, and all of us appreciate it. Even if they don't say it, I want to make sure that we give you your flowers while you are here, because that is important, especially in the poetry community. So thank you for everything you do, and I'm super excited for the class. So
yes, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for having me on. Thank you to Urban Grind. I'm glad Urban Grind is still doing this. So I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Simply T?
So yeah, that's all I got. Unless you got anything else to tell the people, then We good to go.
Thank you, Creative Minds. I appreciate that. So yes, please tell a friend, bring a friend. Please follow College of Dope Ass Writers on. Oh, let me tell y'all. So I did tell y'all the College of Dope Ass Writers started because I needed accountability day, but I started it in my living room because I wanted to get to know people. And so 3 years ago, I was like, you know what, I'm going to open up my doors to strangers. And I did. And out of that, I have earned some amazing new friendships, and I'm very excited to know the people. And it's my honor to be y'all friends. And they keep me accountable and popping and fun. And I love it. We go bowling. We do all sorts of stuff. So this is not just about writing. It's about connection and community, and that's what writing is for. So think about this, that writing is your life reimagined.
Yeah. Queen Sheba, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Justin. I will see you on Tuesday, if not sooner. Sign up, you guys. Sign up. My link is in my bio, in my link tree. First link. Boom. If you need something, DM me, text me. I got you. Peace out.
The Queen. Peace out.